In the early 1900s, a small soap factory in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, was just another building on the block. But inside, something extraordinary was brewing. The beginning of a brand that would one day become a global household name. This wasn't a tale of overnight success or glamorous boardrooms. It was built by a German immigrant named Josephine H. Wust, and later, her son-in-law, Emanuel Stolaroff. Their legacy? The unlikely rise of Neutrogena. Back then, skin care wasn't glamorous. It was medicinal, harsh, and often damaging. Treatments burned, bleached, and stripped the skin. People didn't seek beauty, they sought relief. But somewhere in that rigid world, a different vision began to emerge. In the 1930s, Emanuel Stolaroff was working as a cosmetic salesman with a dream. He believed skincare could be both effective and gentle. He launched his company, Natone, selling products to Hollywood studios, quietly planting the seeds for something bigger. Natone's early clients were makeup artists on film sets. They needed products that looked good under hot lights but wouldn't ruin skin. Stolaroff listened, tinkered, and learned, and soon his formulas gained trust in an industry obsessed with appearances. But the real turning point came in the 1950s when Stolaroff discovered a bar of soap from a Belgian chemist. Unlike anything else on the market, it cleaned thoroughly without drying or irritating skin. It was clear, mild, and revolutionary. He struck a deal and brought the formula to the US, branding it under a new name, Neutrogena, a name that evoked science, neutrality, and trust. It wasn't flashy, it was clinical, clean, and ahead of its time. Instead of selling to department stores with glossy ads, Stolaroff did something radical. He sold Neutrogena soap through dermatologists and pharmacists. He turned doctors into brand ambassadors, and credibility became the company's strongest marketing tool. This strategy worked. Soon, Neutrogena was the only soap recommended by skin experts. Customers didn't just buy it, they believed in it. The clear amber bar became a quiet icon, sitting proudly on bathroom sinks across America. By the 1980s, Neutrogena had grown into a respected skincare brand. But still, it was modest compared to giants like Revlon or L'Oreal. That's when Stolaroff handed over the reins to a new CEO, Lloyd Kotzen, a man with a wild vision. Kotzen wasn't your typical executive. A former archaeologist turned marketer, he believed in storytelling. To him, Neutrogena wasn't just a soap company. It was a philosophy. Clean, minimal, honest. And he knew how to make the world listen. He rebranded the company with sleek packaging, minimalist ads, and a focus on science-backed skincare. Neutrogena didn't chase fads. It embraced simplicity. That approach struck a nerve in an era of over-the-top beauty trends. TV commercials showed dermatologists in lab coats, not models in gowns. The message was clear. This wasn't about glamour. It was about trust. Sales soared. Neutrogena became the skincare brand for people who didn't trust skincare brands. By 1994, Neutrogena had grown so strong, it caught the eye of one of the biggest companies in the world, Johnson & Johnson. They were looking to expand into skincare, and Neutrogena was the perfect fit. J&J acquired Neutrogena for $924 million. It was a massive move and a validation of Stolaroff's original vision. From Belgian soap to billion-dollar brand, Neutrogena had traveled far without ever yelling for attention. But big acquisitions often mean big changes. Would the brand lose its soul under a corporate giant? That was the fear. But Johnson & Johnson knew better than to fix what wasn't broken. They let Neutrogena continue to operate independently, preserving its formula, tone, and research-driven approach. The result? The brand only grew stronger, expanding into anti-aging, acne treatment, sun protection, and more. Neutrogena's Ultra Sheer Sunscreen became a bestseller. Its oil-free moisturizers dominated drugstore aisles. It wasn't just soap anymore. It was a full skincare arsenal, trusted by doctors and everyday users alike. The brand evolved with the times. Neutrogena embraced diversity in its campaigns, showing real people with real skin concerns. This wasn't about perfection, it was about care. And that message resonated across generations. From teenagers battling acne to adults fighting wrinkles, Neutrogena offered something for everyone. Its lineup kept growing, but its promise stayed the same: gentle, effective skincare backed by real science. Even in hospitals, Neutrogena products became staples. Their formulas were used on sensitive patients, burn victims, and post-surgery treatments. That level of trust wasn't bought, it was earned over decades. By the 2000s, Neutrogena's products could be found in nearly every country. From hotel bathrooms to international airports, the brand had become a quiet global presence, comforting, familiar, and consistent. Yet the story always comes back to Emanuel Stolaroff, a man who took a chance on a bar of soap and built an empire based on listening, learning, and never chasing trends. He once said, "If you listen carefully, the market will tell you what it needs." That philosophy shaped everything. He didn't invent skincare, but he redefined how people trusted it. And he proved that science and beauty weren't opposites. They could work together, not to sell fantasies, but to solve real problems. In a world of empty promises, Neutrogena offered proof. Today, you can find hundreds of skincare brands shouting for attention, but Neutrogena still whispers. It speaks through results, not noise. It's the friend in your bathroom cabinet who never lets you down. It's the brand your mom used, and now maybe you do too. That kind of generational loyalty doesn't come from hype. It comes from trust, built bar by bar, bottle by bottle. And hey, if your skincare routine has lasted longer than most of your relationships, maybe it's time to commit. To the channel, that is. Go ahead, hit subscribe before your moisturizer dries. Neutrogena's story isn't flashy. It doesn't have a dramatic scandal or a billionaire genius. It's a story of quiet persistence, smart strategy, and the power of staying true to what works. It's proof that success doesn't always come from being loud or bold. Sometimes it comes from being consistent. From building trust, one customer at a time, over years, even decades. The clear soap bar is still sold today, nearly unchanged. It's a reminder of the brand's roots and a symbol of how something simple can become iconic if you do it right. Stolaroff never became a household name, but his influence is everywhere. Neutrogena has won awards, earned doctor recommendations, and helped millions feel better in their own skin. That's a legacy worth remembering. So the next time you wash your face, take a second to think. Behind that bottle or bar is nearly a century of careful choices, quiet revolutions, and one man's belief in better skincare. Because sometimes the most powerful stories aren't the loudest. They're the ones that endure, quietly, gently, always there when you need them. Like Neutrogena.